Hi, Codies. I'm your host, Tiffany. In this video, we will discuss assignment operators and basic operators. The assignment operator is kinda a recap of our last video. But just to be clear, the equal sign is known as the assignment operator. It means we are assigning the value on the right side of the assignment operator to the variable that's on the left side of the assignment operator. Now let's jump into some other basic operators because sometimes we're going to need to perform mathematical operations on variables. These basic operators in Java includes plus, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Traditional math looks like this. But however, in Java, we will convert this statement to int num1, assign the value of 10, close it with a semicolon. On the next line, int num2, assign the value 6 to num2, and close it with a semicolon. In addition, I'm going to create an int variable sum. In this variable, I'm going to store the sum of num1 plus num2. Now let's system.out.println in parentheses sum. Close it with a semicolon. Let's run our program. We have the sum of 16. Let's break this down. Num1 plus num2. The value is stored to the left of the assignment operator, which is located in the variable sum. So to put it another way, the sum is assigned to the variable sum. Now we're going to do some subtraction. And I'm going to create a variable. And then I'm going to store the difference in this variable. I'm going to name this variable difference because I want to give it a meaningful name. I'm going to type difference, assignment operator, num1 minus num2. And I'm going to close it with a semicolon. And I'm going to system.out.println and the variable difference inside the parentheses. And close it with a semicolon. Let's run our program. And voila, it works. So the answers from these two were stored in the variables to the left side of the assignment operator. Let's try some multiplication. I'm going to create a variable and name it product. Here's how we write this statement. Product, assignment operator, num1 asterisk or star, num2, and close it with a semicolon. Now let's print it to the screen. Let's run our program. And voila, it works. Now I'm going to create another number for simplicity reasons. I'm going to call it int num3, assign the value 5, and I'm going to use a comma. Next line, I'm going to type quotient and close it with the semicolon. I'm going to type quotient, assign the value num1 divided by num3, semicolon. On the next line, I'm going to type system.out.println. Inside the parentheses, I'm going to type quotient and close it with a semicolon. Let's run our program. And voila, it works. Did you notice what I did? Instead of me closing int num3, assign the value of 5 with a semicolon, I used a comma. Then I created a variable called quotient and closed it with a semicolon. FYI, I don't have to use the reserved data type word int to create the quotient variable because I declared one when creating num3 and assigned the value 5 to it. More importantly, I closed that statement with a comma. Had I used a semicolon, I would have had to use the data type name, which in this case is called int. Now, let's check out how modulus works. I'm going to create another variable and name it mod results. Now I'm going to type mod results assignment operator num1 %, num2 and close it with a semicolon. Now I'm going to system.out.println. Inside parentheses, I'm going to type mod results. Close it with a semicolon. Let's run our program. And voila, it works. As you might have already suspected, num1 is not evenly divisible by num2. It has a remainder of 4. So just to be clear, modulus is used for a division that has a remainder result. So in other words, division that is not evenly divisible. Now we're going to discuss the plus equals, the minus equals, and the star equals, which in this case means multiplication. Suppose we have int num1, assign the value of 10 and close it with a semicolon, and we want to increment it by 2. We would type num1 plus equal the value 2 and close it with a semicolon. This statement can also be written as num1 equals num1 plus 2. Both statements does the same thing. I know I didn't use the technical word, I used equals. And when in reality, I probably should have said assignment operator. But if you want to say equals, but be clear about it being the assignment operator, because I don't want anyone to ask you a question and say assignment operator and you're like, what? So I just want you to be able to refer the equal sign with assignment operator. I'm going to comment one of these lines of codes out. I'm going to comment it out so that the compiler knows to ignore this particular statement. I would have system.out.println each statement, but with how it's written, it won't display the correct value. Therefore, I have to pick which format I want to use to display an increment of 2. Now I'm going to system.out.println and inside the parentheses put num1 and close it with a semicolon. Let's run our program. And voila, it works. Now I'm going to go back and I'm going to uncomment the other format. I'm going to system.out.println num1. Let's run our program. We have the first value being 12 because we know 10 plus 2 equals 12. But then we have the second value being 14. And ideally, I wanted both statements to display 12 because both statements are equivalent to one another. So in this situation, I recommend that you choose which format you want to use. And if you're curious as to why I printed out two different answers, leave me a why comment and I'll respond. And if you know why, comment your thoughts and I will respond to your logic. Similarly, subtraction would work the same way. In order to subtract by increments of 2, I'm going to change the plus equals 2 to minus equals 2, semicolon. And then I'm going to comment one of these formats out for the same reason I did in this example. Let's run our program. And voila, it works. In addition, multiplication is done the same way. We're going to change the num1 minus equals 2 to num1 asterisk equals 2. And again, in this case, that's multiplication. And I'm going to leave this commented out for the same reasons I did in this example and in the previous example. Let's run our program. And voila, it works. Now I ask that if you found this video helpful, hit the like button, comment, subscribe, share. Most importantly, turn on your notifications. So I'm expecting some feedback. I don't want to have to come back on my next video and try to reverse psychology on you all. And I don't want to be like, hey, if you found this video helpful, don't hit the like button. Don't comment. Don't share. Don't subscribe. Make sure your notifications are turned off. No, but seriously, help a girl out. And thanks for watching.